in the previous session, we understood what were some of the functionalities which are provided by the pandas that can be done with data. Now we are going to go deep and understand how we can try to filter the data, sort the data, and how lock and iLock are useful and what are those. And we are also going deep to understand what we can even do with those things. So there are some of the filters as well. We'll understand how those filters work. We are going to write some of our own filters, and then we apply those filters on top of the data and we'll check how it works. Now, so this is the very first step. Let's try to import pandas. So just ignore this numpy. We are not going to use it very much here, but just for the time being, we will be using it for the purpose of null values. So there is a functionality in NumPy. There's a function in numpy.np.nan. So this is used to replace the null values actually. So null values can be replaced by using this thing, this function over there. So just ignore that we put it as null values here. Now after importing this, this is how we read the data. So we are creating our own data here. So what's the data? There will be how many? We have 4 columns here: name, age, city, and score. And each and every column, there are 8 rows. So the first column name is name, and name has 8 rows in it. Age has 8 rows, and it has a null value here. Okay, there's a missing value here that gone. I mean null. Now city has 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 8, and score has 8 rows here. And now once we have the data, and what we are going to do, we are trying to load the data into data frame, which is nothing but a data structure. As we discussed earlier, pandas has a data structure which is data frame, which tries to hold the structured data. Now after we load the data which we defined using a dictionary format, whereas keys column and values are rows. And now after loading the data, let's try to check the data frame, how that the data got loaded into this data frame. Next, this is the data frame which we have. We have name, age, city, and score. So out of these 4 columns, so the first row contains the name, age, city, and score of a person. So till 8 rows. Now we are going to check how this data filtering is going to be done using our pandas. So what is a filter here? Let's say in these all the 4 columns, if we want to check a specific function, let's say if we want to check scores of a person which are greater than 85 for students. Let's say if we want to check the students who has a score greater than 85. Let's say if we want to check the cities of which students belongs to, which is Bangalore. Let's say we want to only filter out students who belongs to Bangalore. So if we want to do those specific kind of things, how we can do? We can do using something known as filters. So what is filter? Filter is nothing but the operation which we will be applying on a simple column here based on our requirement, and that will be applied on an entire data frame. So let's say with an example here, if we want to filter out age which is greater than 25. Let's say if we want to filter out our age of a student which is greater than 25 here. So who are the students? Let's say Aditya and Vivan and Sai. So these 3 are students who has an age of greater than 25. Now to get that, first of all, what we need to do? So we need to check this age column. How we can check that age column? df of age. If you run this, we are going to check a data frame of a series of a specific column here. Okay, we can see specific column of age. Now let's say if we want to apply this age, and if we want to apply a filter saying that now in this age, if we want to check the age which is greater than 25. Okay, how can we do that? Simply apply greater than and 25, and let's see what we are going to get. Let's try it out in another cell here. Yes. So now what happened here? It tries to check if the age in each and every row is greater than 25. What it is saying? This is not greater than 25. So it's giving us false. Now the second thing, it is checking whether it is greater than for 25. Yes, it is, then true. Similarly, it tries for all the 8 rows and tries to give a Boolean values of whether it is true or false. Now we want to apply this thing on top of data frame, right? Now if we apply the same thing on data frame, how we are going to apply that thing? Data frame of what is the filter that we are trying? This thing. If we apply this filter, what is the output here we are going to get? It is only going to pick those rows out of this entire data frame, which has all the different kinds of columns. So let's say before that, let me show you the data frame itself. So from this data frame, if we apply this specific filter, this is known as filter. Why it is filter? Because it is filtering out the entire data frame based on a specific condition. What is the condition here? If age is greater than 25, I want to get only those rows here. If we want to apply this kind of filter or condition on the entire data frame, we are going to do it using this. First of all, we are going to take a complete data frame here, and on top of it, we are going to apply the filter. What is the filter here? We are going to apply this filter. Now, what will happen if you apply this filter? It is going to check out for each and every row. Okay, for each and every row, whether it is false or true, false or true. If it is false, it won't return. If it is only true, then it will return. Now, if you run this thing here, what are we going to see? We can see row number 1. Let's see what is row number 1 here. We want 35. Now we don't get row number 0 here. Why you don't get row number 0? Because by default, whenever we apply this condition on top of this data frame, it is returning false to this specific age column here for each and every row. Now in the first row, it goes and check whether it is true or not. What is the first row here? In the actual previous data frame, the first row is the name and age. What is the age here? 23. Is 23 greater than 25? No. So that's the reason even it gave you false. Whenever we apply filter only on that specific column, it gave you false. Now first row is true because it is greater than 25. Second is true. And fifth, sixth, seventh are true because they are greater than 25. Okay. Let's say fifth. Yes, fifth, sixth, seventh. And what's the next one? First and second. First greater than 25. Second age is greater than 25. Now this specific filter applied on top of this data frame, and once you do that, we are going to get these values. First row, second row, fifth row, sixth row, and seventh row all has values which are greater than 25. Now that is how we are going to apply filters. Filters are nothing but a condition which is applied on a specific column, and then we need to make sure entire data frame follows that condition, and whatever rows of that condition are, only those rows, whatever rows satisfy the condition, only those rows are going to display here. That is how it is. Now, if you want to take this specific data and if you want to store it somewhere, then we can do it, assign it something known as a variable, assign it to a variable, and then you will do it. You can do it. So similarly, how we are doing it here? Look at this. This is the same thing which we have did it here. Applied the filter and everything is stored on this thing, filtered data beginner. Now, what is this thing? Let's say we can name it based on our thing. Let's say student age. Let's say if we give something known as student age limit. Let's say if we have something known as we can only take students who are greater than 25. Let's say if you are applying to a government exam and then that the government exam is actually trying to give you a limit saying that only age above 18 or above 25 or above 30 are going to be eligible for this exam. So kind of think it as an eligibility criteria which you are imposing it on data frame. Simple. That is how it is going to work. Now, this is how the filters are going to work here. Now, let's say if you want to apply a more deeper filter here. Okay. If you want to apply a more deeper filter. So what you can apply here? Let's say if you want to filter out rows where age is between 20 and 30. Okay. Let's say we print a data frame here. Yeah. Let's say if you want to check the age between 20 and 30. What are ages between 20 and 30? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So these falls between 20 and 30. Now, what it is telling, if you want to check the age between 20 and 30, how you are going to check it? First of all, you are going to apply filters on two things here, conditional operators. So what it is trying to do? So what it is trying to do? First of all, it tries to check whether your age, your age is greater than 20. Let's say if you apply this thing on a data frame, what you are going to get? You are going to get a Boolean values of age column, which is greater than 20. What is greater than 20 here? The first one, the second one, sorry, greater than or equal to 20. Yeah, 1, 2, sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 4. Why is it false? The fourth one, because it's a null value. It won't be counted here. So that's the reason. Now, let's say if we apply this filter, you are going to get Boolean. Now, similarly, if you are going to check another filter here, what is another filter? You are going to check if age is less than or equal to 30. How many are you going to get here? You are going to get 1 because it is true. It satisfies this condition less than or equal to 30. 1, the third one, the sixth one. I mean, 1, 2, and 3. 3 values here. But here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values here. Now, what we are trying to do? We are trying to check if age is between 20 and 30. So this is greater than or equal to 20 and it is less than or equal to 30. Now, if you want to check for both between 20 and 30, how you are going to check? You are going to apply the AND operation here, saying that you are going to apply the AND operation and you are going to check it. Let's say if you apply this AND operation, going to check what it is telling, cannot perform random with a float array and scalar type of Boolean. Let's say if you give this as a separate values here, saying that like, if you apply these two filters here separately, because if you try to do directly, this won't be applied here. You want to do it separately. You want to make sure that this is a separate filter and this is a separate filter. And then both of this should be satisfied, saying that whatever age is greater than 20 and less than 30, I want to return only those conditions here. Now, what does this AND operator tries to do here? It tries to check logical operators. What these are logical operators. First of all, what this tries to check? It tries to check the logic if it is applying or not. Now, what does that AND operation true? It tries to do whether this is true and this is true. If both are true, only then it returns true, or else it won't be returning true. Now, then it needs to satisfy this as well. It needs to satisfy these as well. Once each and every row satisfies both of these conditions, only then we are going to get it. Now, let's say in the first thing, if age is greater than or equal to 20 and age less than or equal to 30, I mean to say age is between 20 and 30. First one is true. Why? Because it is between 20 and 30. Between 20 and 30. Is this between 20 and 30? No, right? We are not going to get this. We are going to get false. So 20 and 30. Not this. 20 and 30. 20 and 30. Sorry, this is false. This is true. So true, 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 true. So we are going to get 4 trues once we apply this on 4 things. So the first one is true, third one is true, sixth one is true, and what else we left out? Yeah, seventh one is false actually, because it's not between 20 and 30, right? the age is greater than age doesn't falls between 20 and 30. So that's how we are going to apply this condition. Now, if you apply this condition on top of data frame, now what we are going to see, let's see. If we apply this condition on top of data frame, let's say we apply both these conditions where we want to check the age between 20 and 30. Let's see what we are going to get. Arav, Vivan and Arjun, because they are between 20 and 30, 20 and 30, 20 and 30. Now what are missing here? First row, second row, fourth and fifth. First row because it is false. This doesn't apply this on conditions. Second is false. Okay. And fourth is false and fifth is false and seventh is false. That's the reason you are going to return these three things. How we are going to get these Boolean values on top of that? Because we are returning it on top of data frame. Understand? So this is a simple data frame. On this data frame, we are trying to apply our filters. How does these filters work? Look at that. This is going to check whether each and every filter is getting applied on each and every row. These two filters are getting applied on every row. And it is doing logical operation here. What is logical AND operation tries to do? It tries to check whether this is true and this is true. Only then it will return true, or else it won't return true. That's how the logical AND operation works. Now this will be applied on top of this complete data frame. Once we apply on top of data frame, then we are going to come up with only these three rows which satisfies these two conditions. Now let's say, what is our case here? Age is between 20 and 30, and out of this 20 and 30 we need to select name and age columns. Now we applied this filter rightly. Okay, we applied this filter rightly, but we applied this entire filter on one data frame because this data frame contains all the columns, right? But this filter which we applied, it's going to apply on rows. But what if we want to check only two columns here, name and age? We are going to do it separately here. We are going to mention, we just want name. Then we are going to come up with only name here. Let's say if we want another column which has age as well, let's say, then we need to enter the column name here. We are going to come up with, what's the age here? What's the age here? Yeah. So what happened here? Let's say if I want to apply only a single column, if I want to check only single column, it is going to apply. Let's say if we want to apply both columns here, let's say age as well, it won't apply here like that. We want to give it in list of lists as a nested thing. Let's say if we give it here age, even now it won't work. Why it won't work? Because it is not a list of lists here. Let's say if we give it as a nested list, there is this, yes. You give it as a nested list, then we are going to get. So what it is saying, we are applying these filters, both the filters on top of, we are going to apply these two filters on top of this data frame. And out of that data frame, if you want only name, you are going to get it using putting that thing in a simple list. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, putting that in a simple list. Let's say if you are going to see two columns, if you want to check two columns here, you can give it separately here. Instead, you want to give it in list of lists. Now we are going to get it in two columns. So that is how you are going to apply filters on top of data frame, and you can apply these filters on specific columns itself. That's how it's going to work. Now, again, this is doing the same thing here, and you are storing this values in this variable, and you are storing it for future purpose. So that's how we are applying filters here. Then let's say if we want to apply a filter where city is Mumbai and score is greater than or equal to 90. Let's check the data frame here. First of all, city is Mumbai and score is greater than or equal to Mumbai. This is Mumbai 1, 2. First of all, our filter is going to apply only on these two rows, and on top of it also what it is trying to say, and score is greater than or equal to 90. whether score is greater than or equal to 90. This one, right? Yes, it is greater than or equal to 90. Now this Mumbai, is it greater than or equal to 90? No. Why? Because it is a missing value. Now, how we are going to check this thing? We are going to check if the city is Mumbai and score is greater than or equal to 90. First of all, let's check if city is going to be Mumbai here. How many rows are we going to get? We are going to get only 2 rows here. The first one and the third one. This filter is only applying on 2 rows. Now, what is the second condition here? The score is greater than or equal to 90. Okay, the score is greater than or equal to 90. So what are the conditions here? The third one, 0th one and 7th one. But what are we trying to do here? What are we trying to do here? We are trying to check where city is Mumbai and score is greater than or equal to 90. For Mumbai greater than or equal to 90. For Mumbai greater than or equal to 90, what are those things? The first one, this is Mumbai and greater than or equal to 90. First one, this is Mumbai and this is nothing because it is missing value. Only the first row is going to be applicable here. Here, where is this thing? Yeah, the first row and fourth row. What's the fourth row here? Yeah, why it is applicable here? Let's say, where is it? Yeah, city is Mumbai. Whether city is Mumbai, yes, the fourth row is going to be applicable. Why? Because the city is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, city is Mumbai here. Now, the score thing, if score is greater than or equal to 90, yes, we are going to return all the scores which are greater than or equal to 90. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now, we are going to apply logical operator here saying that city is Mumbai and score is 90. Only if these both are true, only then return me those rows. That's the meaning of it. Now let's apply. City is going to be Mumbai. Okay, this is a separate condition here. Again, what's the second condition we are going to apply? The second condition is the score is greater than or equal to 90. Okay, let's see if we apply these conditions, how many are we getting applicable here? The first 0th row. Yes, only this is going to be applicable. Why? Because only here it is getting satisfied where city is Mumbai and score is greater than 90. Mumbai score is greater than 90. But the fourth row can be satisfied. But here it is a null value. It is not greater than or equal to Mumbai. Sorry, 90, right? So that's why we are going to apply this thing. I mean, these two filters are going to apply only when this logical AND operator is going to be satisfied. And that is satisfied only when you apply this on first row. Now, if you want to check this entire thing on top of a data frame, how you are going to check this? You are going to apply this on top of data frame. Then you are going to check it. Now you are going to get only the 0th row. Now how we can see only name of the person whose city is Mumbai and whose score is greater than 90. Let's say if you want to check only name column, how you can do that? Simply you need to mention the column name here in the list. My bad here because the name is different from. Yeah, you need to mention this here. Simply you are going to get arrow. Now, this is how we can apply filters on top of our data frames.